as far as BT's investments is concerned, and we have 70 properties, this is going to be our star property right outside our office, and we're very excited about what's going to happen at the end. Upon completion, it's going to be a true town center for the surrounding community with gathering spaces that include 128,000 square feet of retail, of which probably 70,000 square feet is already spoken for. We're going to have 402 high-end luxury apartments that are going to have a resort-style feel to them with a pool and fitness and just a really wonderful environment. There's going to be 114 active adult residences, walkable to additional 500 homes, and 1.4 million square feet of office will be able to walk to this property. So it's going to include office, residential, and retail. It's going to include a 2.7 acre park, which is going to have a community event platform where we're going to have things such as yoga in the park, 3 miles of walking trails, green roofs, electric car charging stations, and various other sustainable features. So at the end, it's going to be a truly unique property for this region. There's others around, but it combines elements that just don't exist in the Philadelphia area. You know, as anything, it was challenging to develop this property. And so I really want to thank a lot of the people in this room for helping get through the process. It wasn't an easy process. The Upper Dublin Board of Commissioners was instrumental, and we've been working with them for 18 years, and this is kind of the culmination. Initially when we started, there was some rocky spots, but over the time we really developed a collaborative relationship, and through that collaborative relationship we were able to take input from them that helped us get to the finish line as far as getting the approvals on this. Ira Tickell, as the president of the board, is going to say a few words. I want to thank him. I want to thank Paul Leonard, the township manager, and the Upper Dublin Planning Commission. And I saw Jeff Albert and Mike Cover and Glenn Griffin here. On my development team, I wanted to thank Pete Clellan, who's the director of development, who stood by this project from start to finish. Our leasing team with Glenn Marvin and his group has been doing a great job getting the leasing done here. John Kennedy, the planner's here. The engineer, Gilmore and Associates, the architect, Bernard and Associates, David Babbitt, who was our economic planner, and I said Joe DeSantis, but he got stuck in Florida, so Casey Moore is here from McMahon. With that, also, I wanted to just acknowledge some people. Madeline Dean is going to say a few words in a moment, and she's currently our state rep and our future congresswoman, and Ben Sanchez, who is our future state rep, is here as well. Art Levinowitz, the president of the school board, and I have not met him, but I'm here that Stephen Yanni is here, who's the new superintendent. So I want to thank everybody for coming, and I'm very excited about what we're doing here. With that, I'd like to let Bruce Toll say a few words.
I've been building in Upper Dublin for about 35 years. First community was Dublin Chase, yeah, thank you. Dublin, I was going to say, but Dublin Chase, right, which is right next door. And the Simmons sold us the property and such, of course, they're all gone. And, but anyway, I've always loved Upper Dublin, born and raised in Elvis Park, moved to Abington, and this, of course, is the next town up, so to speak. Upper Dublin, to me, is a premier northern suburb of Philadelphia. And I can't think of a better place to build than this community. I think, I know I will be very, very proud of it when it's finished. And I think the town will be very, very proud of it when it's finished also. These apartments are going to be beautiful. And of course the retail will be nice also, but the apartments are really going to be beautiful. And I hope that some of you will end up living here. But I'm very glad that you all came. Thank you very much.
Thanks again. With that, I'd like to invite Ira Tickell, who's the president of the Board of Commissioners for Upper Dublin, to say a few words.
Thank you, Michael. In 2006, a development company presented plans for development of the Prudential Tract to include retail, perhaps big box, and residential units. In its infinite wisdom, the commissioners at the time were not very enthusiastic about the prospects of this use, and instead we're holding out for what it determined to be a better use as office space. Now, I've always maintained that Upper Dublin, while being tough on developers, was always fair. But while that sort of decision on the tract would have turned away many developers to continue investing in Upper Dublin, BET instead would double down on developing in Upper Dublin and pursue the development of Dublin Terrace, Wawa, and Dresher Commons, all of which have been very successful. BET Investments would even move their corporate headquarters into Upper Dublin. Fast forward 10 years from that 2006 decision, and for BET, they would forge ahead with an impressive plan for an upscale mixed-use design to include high-end restaurants and shops coupled with luxury rental apartments at the very same site on Welsh and Dresher Town Roads. This project would also include approximately $3 million in road improvements, a community gathering space, as Michael said, on 2.7 acres of the property, and over 3 miles of walking trails. Not to mention, add to that the approximate $2 million in yearly school taxes and approximately $225,000 in yearly township taxes. And in its infinite wisdom, the Board of Commissioners, this time around, would approve this plan, finally. As Commissioner and President of the Board of Commissioners, I can speak for the Board and say that we are delighted that Bruce Toll and Michael Markman, principals of BET Investments, stuck with their commitment to Upper Dublin. And even though we know the process can be daunting at times, they persevered. Although today is only the groundbreaking ceremony, I look forward to 2020 when the project is expected to be completed and we have a grand opening ribbon-cutting ceremony. While the other projects that BET has embarked upon in Upper Dublin have been successful for BET and shown to be good for Upper Dublin, Promenade should be the crown in their development endeavors for Upper Dublin. Congratulations to Bruce and Michael and their entire staff at BET on this groundbreaking ceremony today, and let's get this project underway.
So I just wanted to also acknowledge that State Rep Scott Stevens is here. Thank you for coming, and very excited to have you here. With that, Madeline Dean would like to say a few words if she's here. I think I saw her somewhere. Madeline is running for U.S. Congresswoman for Montgomery County at this point. So, Madeline.
I thank you, Michael, and thank you, Bruce. I'm here really today as state representative, not politicking at all. Just delighted to be a part of this groundbreaking ceremony. I did not bring my boots, so I'm glad we're inside. I'm here to say that I want to celebrate the partnership of Upper Dublin Township, the leadership, the commissioners, the school board, the administration, who so smartly partnered with BET, Bruce Toll and Michael Markman, on this development. Ira just described to you the history of this. And notice how this is a team that it wasn't either or. Either this kind of fixed big box development or this kind of office space of the past development. This is future thinking, and that's what I think we are here to celebrate. Sure, it brings smart economic development to this area, but the notion that it is mixed use, so it will invite retirees, families, folks to eat, drink, shop, walk among the trails, enjoy the park, enjoy the retail. This is so smart, so future thinking, just the right kind of thing that we want for Dresher and for Upper Dublin. I'm very honored to have represented Abington and Upper Dublin for the past 6 years, and both Abington Township and Upper Dublin Township have been amazing in the way that they seek smart, future-thinking development. So congratulations to all the stakeholders and all the teammates in the room. Particular congratulations to Upper Dublin Township and to BET.
Thank you. So with that said, we're going to head out to the tent for the groundbreaking.
I got a place, a couple places that we're using. Quite the shovels. So you guys keep them here. Yeah, all right. To get them in. I have a collection of them. So do I. Might. Okay. You want to make a little?
Well, it's not the first shovel because we got a few blue sheets behind us. But I'm very happy to be able to do this today. 1, 2, 3.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Good job. Thanks. Good job. Excellent. Thanks. Congratulations.